Hey yeah, folks, this is Jantron here, and welcome back to my duo, no cheese, no rest on a mode challenge run, which I have recently been informed is probably not a no cheese run, as much as only certain sorts of cheese, or like specific cheese, no exploits, whatever you want to call it. It sort of makes sense. I'm doing a lot of tricky stuff, so I do expect that some people will find that pretty cheesy. As do I, to be honest, at some times. For now, we are gonna start off, as is the habit, with doing something that we forgot to do at some of the other playthroughs, or I guess episodes is the real name. We're going to go and tell Arabella's parents that we saved her. They already know, I can see she's there.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Just happy to help, really. So, I hope we'll meet again under better circumstances.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
I like that little interaction. The dad saying her name, and then her knowing that she should say thank you to the kind stranger.
It's my job too. The druids don't care about us. No one does. We have to look after ourselves. That's what Mole says.
Okay.
That girl. I don't care what Mole says. That was stupid and reckless.
So in the span of like a little more than half an hour total, we've heard that both Arabella and Merkan basically was set up to do something very risky, let's say it that way, by Mole. Okay, for now we are going to go to the Blighted Village, but we are not going to head down into the spider tunnels below. We are going to do something different. Probably because we just talked with Arabella's parents, let's say that, so we got reminded about the whole Kagha situation. What we're going to do is that we are going to go down here and investigate Kagha. We found a note back in the Druid's, not the secret library, but in Kagha's chest that we sort of may have looked into at some point, that mentioned a meeting down at down in the swamps, and we want to know what that is all about. I think we can maybe see it here in Investigate Kagha. Found a note addressed to Kagha that mentioned a meeting in the swamp. What's she up to? That's what we are gonna try and figure out now, before she gets any more of these kids into danger. I guess he didn't get them into danger, but tries to punish them for getting into danger. There are a couple of secret things that I want to check out on the route, and before I do this, let's just... There's a secret thing here in the tree, I believe. Yep, and we noticed. That's great. It even gives us a little bit of experience, apparently. Triple backpack is quite... No, not backpack, but I picked up one backpack. Let's see what's in it. Some random stuff. And let's just loot all this alchemy stuff as well. Then there's another secret thing, which is a little different. First of all, it's a diggable treasure, but it's the only diggable treasure in the game. Here we go.
What's that?
And we made the check there, so even if we didn't, it wouldn't have been a problem. If we didn't make the check for the other one, we just can't loot it. But if we don't make the check for this, we can still dig here. That's useful. This is the only diggable treasure in the game, as far as I know, that has a unique item in it. So we definitely want to get this one. Lead Fingers, it's not that it's a really good item, but it's still great. And now we're not gonna put it on right now, because we do need to deal with some traps down at the swamp. But I think I might be putting it on after that, at least for like a very, very short while. The problem with it is that the ability it gives you can sometimes override the ability to press C, or Z, however you want to say that, to jump, because it overrides the usual jump button here.
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
Drop the act, hag. You was the last to see me, Rena.
Just let her go. Please.
Thank goodness you're here, sweetie. I don't know what's come over these boys.
Stop this. We won't ask again.
Okay, so I failed the inside here. And I have no reason at this point to believe that Auntie Ethel is anything bad, except for the fact that if you mouse over her and use T to spot her, you can see that she's a fae. But I never had the conversation with the girl with the broken legs, not broken, non-functioning legs. So I don't really have been clued. I haven't really been clued into the fact that she's bad news. So let's just try and be amenable. These guys seem okay. Just because she's an old woman in a swamp, she's a hag. Ha, lay off the fairy tale, lads.
Sweetie, be careful!
He's with the hag!
Don't bloody stand there gaping. Get him!
Of course, that doesn't go the way that I intended, and it instead sends me into combat, which is not great. But it was what I really wanted, of course. Because we want to knock these guys out. That's the only way that I have found, and I've spent a lot of time in early access, and then again a lot of time after early access. What do you call that? At launch, to try and see if we can make this work. That was really bad damage, to be honest. Okay, let's just see if we can get him down. I just dealt 7 points of damage with my special Gloomstalker. No, not Gloomstalker. Is it Gloomstalker? It's Gloomstalker attack.
Time to push my luck again.
So for this one, we need to deal 13 points of damage. We can do this first. The chance that it's gonna kill him is very, very, very low. I think I need to crit and roll maximum damage. 4 points of damage was exactly what we needed, because then at least we have the option to... I can't hit him with the Nature's Snare, because if it has the ensnare effect and that's magical, so that could kill him. I also can't throw at him, because that would kill him too. But what I can do is to go and take my unarmed strike on him and knock him out there.
Oh, my stars.
Not a lot of experience though.
I didn't mean for this to happen.
Do you know this Marina they mentioned? I think we need some information at this point. What happened, because that did not seem like a fight that...
She's their little sister, and she's staying with me. This is all my fault. But I made a promise. Marina begged me not to breathe a word if they came looking for her. And my word is my bond.
My word is my bond.
That poor thing will be distraught. We can't let her know. It'd break her poor heart. I'd best get going, but please stop by my house. I'd like to thank you proper.
And then she goes poof.
I suspect we've been played for fools.
Lae'zel has the right of it, of course. So that reaction is the same as if we killed them. So she acts as if they're dead, which is, I believe, sort of how the game most of the time reacts to knocked out people. Most of the time, there are a couple of exceptions. So now we have a good reason to believe that something is wrong. Both the fact that she allowed us to get into an actual brawl with these guys. She couldn't have known that we weren't gonna just kill them. So that's not ideal. I think we're gonna go with the very heavy great axe for him here, of course, of the fight in a second. But before that, tattered letter. Great. You can also see here, I'm going to the hack, Marina. What I was trying to say before is this is the only way to make the game sort of recognize that you've saved these guys. I think there's a single voice line from Marina
Time to press
that
ahead.
does this. But for now, we are not even gonna head down and save her. Unfortunately, we can't skip this. I would have liked to do that, but we don't want to deal with a hack just at the moment. It is one of the harder fights.
Useful.
And I think it might be one I want to save for level 5, even if I do want to do a lot of those other ones here at level 4. Let's head into the swamp. Yeah, that's true. These traps. This swamp is like hell on earth. Or I guess this sunlit meadow. I'm gonna start by going Lae'zel first and alone to see if I can spot these traps without running into them. It's just gonna be slow pace walking and see if there's any traps anywhere nearby here. There we go. Because they have a huge radius to activate. And
Still alive. So
a
that's
very
progress.
small radius to spot. I needed to be this close in order to even have a chance to spot it. Which is pretty insane. Because if you walk even a little bit closer, it's gonna explode on you. And cause bleeding, which is bad enough. But also, like, there's an open wound thing that I think might cause disease. I don't know how exactly it works.
Indolence breeds madness.
Yeah, going back to Lae'zel here. At least for this session, I don't have to deal with too many of them. There's another one there. I'm not going to go exploring the swamp today, most of it at least. Oh, now I went with her first. Which might actually not be bad, to be honest.
Up your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
So that's an investigation roll, which is the one I was intending to take with Dredge. But there's also this one that I sort of forgot about. I do believe it's lower, and she also only has +1. But let's see if we can make it. Add bonus. We could go for combat inspiration, but it's not really too relevant. Whether they make it or fail it doesn't matter too much.
The place
We're not gonna
has
roll
a
again.
quiet sense of calm. You can't see anything strange.
We are sort of on our tiptoes at this point, looking out for clues of what's wrong exactly. So, like, let's check out this Barb Bulrush. It has poisonous apples. That's not great. And here we have a lot of apples strewn around and a bloodbath.
Something made quick work of the place.
And then I just made a nature. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's no voice line for this one. No ordinary creature did this. Red caps ripped the place to pieces. Okay, so now we know that we should be on the lookout for red caps. And red caps have the ability to change form. Oh, did we just spot something down here? I think we did. I don't know how it works exactly in D&D, but in this game, every single red cap you meet are like in an alternate form when you meet it. Ooh, a smoke powder bomb. Interesting. Now we can go and deal with the actual fight that we are going to be taking on today. And it's going to be this one out here. But for that to happen, usually you just go this way around, but I want to start the fight from up here, and sneaking across this path with the Mephits patrolling can be risky. And we do have another option, because we have high strength characters only. Let's ditch shovel, and let's just make sure we've set them up. I equipped the very heavy great axe before, because the Woads out there have resistance to bludgeoning and piercing, and everything you can throw is bludgeoning and piercing, so we need some sort of attack that works in them. I could go with Everburn, but the extra +1 to hit from these one might be relevant, because they have quite high armor class. I do believe one of them has higher than the other. There's one of them that has a shield or something. Lace cell. Could go with another weapon. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go and do this, because I hope it won't take too long. Let's see if we don't have, like, a heavy crossbow or something. Do we not have any crossbows? We do not have any crossbows. Oh well, that sucks. If there was a longbow, we could use that, but just to get a slightly better ranged attack here, because we might want that. Falling down to +4 might be bad, but the extra range might be good. That's interesting. Ooh, I just noticed we have non-lethal damage still on. We do not want that.
What to do?
Let's get going with this thing. Featherfall. And Lazel, where you're at. There we go. Better jump. Better jump. Anything else I need? I need to go into stealth on both of them. And then I want to jump out here. And then we just basically have to be lucky. The Mephit. There's a Mephit that patrols up on this one as well. Let's put him into... What's that, what it's called? Turn-based. Now she should land on turn-based as well. There we go. Okay. So here comes the usual problem of starting combat. We want surprise. So we want to get spotted, which I think means that we want to be in, like, very open territory. Oh, come on. I think if we put down, like, a candle, that could be a thing. I need the candles for this fight anyways, so let's just start by doing that this time. If we put down a candle here, make sure it's burning. Yes, right. Now we should be in a brightly lit area, which means I can't make my stealth roll, which should make it easier for us to start combat correctly. I just wanna get into combat while still being in well, while actually going out of stealth and etc. etc. Maybe it's okay if he is. I don't know how it works exactly. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. I want to start combat with Lazel, I think. And I do think for opening her throw is better. Can we throw far enough for this one? Without stepping into side code? We cannot. Let's go for this ancient mod method. And that actually started. Surprise, that's great. Stealth failed. Let's just see whether or not that was just a roll. Because if she makes her stealth check there, we do not get the surprise. She just stays out of combat, which is not what I want. But she actually rolled it there, so that's not great. I hope that the fact that she was in bright light would at least... It might have made it harder. Oh, he's now fucked. So that was not great, because he didn't get pulled into combat. I thought he would. We have the usual situation here. How do we get him into combat easiest? I think we just... Yeah, I think we're just gonna skip out on the... This is fine.
Where do I go from here?
Let's open up the usual way. Getting close. Put down a potion to get a little extra to hit here. For our 2 surprise round actions, whatever. Probably see if I can make this a little more visible. There we go. Bonus action shot. And we've got Bless. The Bless is most relevant on Lae'zel, but it's still great for him. We are gonna go with this ranged shot. Let's see, this was the method we were laying in on. That's a bit out of her reach. I mostly want to kill the back one, to be honest. Maybe can we get close enough to shoot that one? We might be able to do that. We won't be able to get 2 though. Did I not equip a longbow? I did, so this should be within her range, right? Apparently it's not. Okay, we're just gonna shoot this guy then instead. So that was actually really, really awesome. Getting the critical hit and getting the kill there. Fortunately, so maybe if we throw, we have the reach for this one? Okay, so we're just gonna do that instead. Why did that click away?
No time to waste.
Not a lot of damage. And let's actually dip. We're gonna shoot with the longbow next turn. Because we probably wanna use some special arrows. They're not really in line for that. Gonna reach with this one? No, I need to move all the way down there to do that. So we are gonna just dip. Find another candle. The candles have a special effect here as well. That you should probably get to see later. The Woads place down entangling vines. And those burst into flame immediately if there's a lit candle standing where they are. So as long as I have lit candles nearby, they won't be able to... They can still entangle me in theory, but they won't be able to get their vine surface, which they need to regenerate here. Twisting vines unless it recently took fire damage. That's fine. Let's switch to the melee weapon. Yeah, now I can't switch back anyway, so that's just how it is.
Take every advantage.
So we have something to kill with.
Another fight. Let's go.
Good. I guess you are moving a little closer as well, and throwing at... Sort of want to kill this one. Maybe I don't even want to kill it yet. I think I do. Will he be able to, though? It has too much health to just die. So he won't get his extra attack this round, which is a little sad because his attack is stronger. Oh no, it's technically possible to kill it here. There's also the problem that if we kill it, it could be... Okay, we were lucky. Were we? Not? I think we were lucky. Yeah, we did get experience there because it killed it before it did the crushing thing. This one was not close enough, apparently. So that's a little sad. I wanted this one to get muddied by the explosion, which it did not. Now we just lay into these. We really want to use these Mephits, so we can't just kill them straight up, because we want to use them to have these one get exploded upon and get muddy. But that might be hard the way they're set up now. I could go down there and throw one of them to them, but maybe that's a bit too excessive. Then I can't push. I can still throw. Is this one the low one? This is the low one. I think we're gonna try that. Just because she's not the best. Maybe it's better the other way around.
No choice but to keep
He
going.
goes... Oh, he doesn't have... Because I waited too far before. So he doesn't have the jump and the more importantly, the featherfall. You can easily jump there. But taking damage and getting thrown is not ideal. I think if she jumps down there... Yeah, let's try this. That should be a decent chance still. Only 49% chance. That's not great. I thought she was better at this. If we throw it to here... Right. We might be able to kill it. Let's just be clean about it. These work. Oh, that was great. That could have been really awkward if it hadn't functioned. Let's get back up then. So she didn't deal a lot of damage there, but we do get to drag out the fight a bit if I can hit this one. Path interrupted. Why is the path interrupted? Should not be the case. Oh, it's not anymore. That's great. We could... let's just do this. A very good chance of hitting. Now we got the Muddy and the explosion on this one. So no, technically, I'd rather them summon a few of the small ones as well, so I can blow those up on these guys too. But for now, this is working out fine. We might want to lay a little bit of damage into this guy, or we might want to kill this one. This one is just going to summon next turn. I think we're going to allow it to do that and just see. 98% chance of hitting here is quite great. Could go for fire arrow instead, but Muddy protects against fire now. It means it can't burn. It doesn't mean it can't take fire damage. It's still gonna take normal fire damage because it's normally vulnerable. So as you can see, 7 points of damage from a Tavern Brawler thrower there is not great. That's just... Doesn't you not have the reach for that? He moves over here, maybe? Maybe I should actually dip the axe, just to be ready for the Woads now. Where did the candle go? I think that's what we're gonna do.
I need a little extra edge.
Yeah, let's stay here. It was an interesting place it summoned it at. Might be able to... Nah, that's not gonna happen. That was quite a fast one there. Oh, we should have set it burning then. That would have been quite important. We can turn this into the fire surface. I sort of forgotten that it had taken a lot of damage there. That was bad play from me. So he can throw the mod Mephit down on this one, and I can kill it, maybe with Lae'zel. Is that a thing? Can she deal enough damage? Yeah, in melee she might be able to. Don't think we want to do that. I think we just want to... Oh, is this the one with the shield? This is not the one with the shield. It's also not the one with Mephit and Muddy. Maybe we can try and set fire to that one now. But just deal a lot of dire damage. They both have melee weapons that are dipped. Maybe it's okay to go down here in melee now. So, Dredge, let's see how far you can get. You can not get down there, but can you, like... What if you jump to here? I don't really know that. You can go down there at least. Let's start with that.
Time to strike.
And you can move in a bit. I should be able to do potion thing again. I want the potion here for Bless once again, because that little extra chance of hitting them is quite important.
I won't give in.
Good.
I am fury. I am death.
Not enough movement. What? Do I believe that? I think I must believe that, unfortunately. What if we... This will not pull huge creatures. How big are these? Can we see that? I don't think it says anywhere. It doesn't look huge. Size medium. Okay, let's try this. 70% chance of hitting. And it missed. Okay. So that was bad. That was actually really bad. What do we do instead then?
Never a dull moment.
Can you reach? You still can't reach. You can jump down there now. Not enough resources, bonus actions. So I just limited myself from being able to hit them at all. We are gonna do the other thing then. Not how that works. Let's see. Something like this. Just toss it into its face. No, actually, maybe just toss it next to it again.
And away I go.
I think we're just gonna have to do this instead. The other plan was to go down and engage it in melee. But she should be able to reach the imp now, right? Just put some damage into it.
I will not know failure.
Oh, stop. No reason not to do this. That's good. And back away from it.
Survival.
So that was a bad round for me. I didn't get any kills, meaning no special stuff. And I forgot to put down the fire surface here. I forgot to put down a candle. But at least that means that you can see the thing now. These are both regen to full health, which is horrible. Not playing this too well at the moment. As a candle. Let's just show you how it works at least. Put down a candle. And immediately this is burning ground instead. Which doesn't matter too much when I'm standing here. I should probably go for... Okay, first of all, the attack of opportunity on that one doesn't matter at all. But I also don't need to take it because we can just do this. If I could, like, ever hit with that one. Now we need to take the attack opportunity, that's fine. Let's get back up here. I'm gonna take a little bit of fire damage, but I'm gonna kill something right after, hopefully. I do expect to hit with, like, a ranged attack here. What's the chance on that? 75, and what's the chance by throwing? He doesn't really have anything to throw, let's just test. 80, okay. So, give it something to throw with, I guess. That one. Actually, we are gonna do something else instead. Sorry about all this clicking around. We are gonna try and use one of these, because we sort of do need these guys to have some amount of fire damage on them soon. If we shoot this one, there's a very good chance that it's gonna burst and die. And this one should take fire damage first. That was great. It broke the regeneration, it gave me advantage for next turn. Unfortunately, it removed a lot of the surface. But this is the one we want to kill first, right? It is. And it even gave me the extra attack. I'm a little scared about that guy, and I don't have any movement left, really, so... maybe we just... I did want to go and attack it, to be honest. Like this. Oop, would be great, but not enough movement for that. What can we do instead? The piercing damage from this one is basically irrelevant. We can shoot it again, just for the extra fire damage, but now it has Muddy, so it doesn't work. We can remove this one's ability to regenerate, but it doesn't matter because there's no vines. And we have enough candles out that there should be no vines incoming.
Still breathing.
Can he get down there? No, not really. In the same position as before. Yeah, we sort of need to get down there and fight them. I would like this one to get away, because I don't want to fight this one. I think we're just gonna throw on it then, even if it's not too much damage.
Alright.
Let's do that. And we have the offhand attack for something. I think we dip this weapon, getting ready for what we are supposed to be doing next time.
Trick up my sleeve.
Let's make sure we are in a position where we are able to reach them, and where there's a candle near us.
Time to strike.
I could go for a void bulb and pull this one away. That might be a thing. They hurt like trucks. They do sort of want to use special stuff to keep them away. Let's take the high ground bless attack on this one and see if we can put in some fire damage on it. That might be okay. Even if it's not the one I want to be attacking. That was okay. And with the mods here in the way, I should be far enough away from them to not be attacked.
So much for peace.
Let's just stay here then. I should maybe have spread out. Burns right away. That was an unlucky burn there. Not a lot of damage. And she burns as well. Bless is gone now.
Sometimes the only
That's
way
okay.
out is through.
We need to go and redo it. She just lit up a lot of potions, so I have an entire... I usually have them in a bag by themselves. Okay, I'm afraid he will not get hit by this if I don't get him down here, so let's do that first. And... bonus action. Please tell me that you're able to reach down into the fire. I sort of wanted to go for this one, but I don't have that option. Really sort of wanted to go for that one. I should maybe have skipped the blast here. We can jump her out there and see if she can take it on. Might be okay. I think we're gonna do that. Let's just have her play with this one then. And plus 14. Oh, it's not dipped. So her dip ran out. There's a good chance she's gonna kill it anyways. Let's try. Nope, not if she misses. And then we're gonna walk away from it, because it won't be able to reach us. We're gonna miss out on the Mardu next turn, which is bad.
Can't even catch my breath.
I think... oh, did he just run? He just ran away. Annoying. We're just gonna throw in it again. Take advantage of it while we can. Lae'zel needs to get further away, I believe. Because... oh, and I forgot the candles. Damn it! Can he reach? Cannot. So I no longer have my candle tech. That's bad. I should have gone for that over here. I might even be too far away from this one for it to work. That's pretty bad. Let's get her away as well. We can... okay, we might be able to do something different. Let's say... I think torches count as candles as well. So if we take a lit torch... just make sure we don't have no fire areas. This is lit. If I place it on the ground... oh, lit. Okay, so this should do the same effect. Let's just do that with him as well. That one. Torch right there. I have to light this while I have it on, I guess. Can I pick it up then at least? That's actually a good question. How do I light? Like a light source? Not enough resources? Nah, that makes sense. Oh well. He's just gonna not have that, I guess. Hey, it's there and it's lit now. That's great. Oopsie. I don't know if it works. Let's just find out, right? Concentration, entangle, regeneration broken, that's great. A little bit of fire damage, we want to take this one out. This one can keep running after me. Did it dash? I think it even dashed there. I don't think this torch worked, but luckily we didn't get that one over there anyways, so it doesn't matter too much. Let's start by seeing whether we can pull it into the fire, because that might mean we are able to reach it without... another 6 points of damage from fire there, that's awesome. And this means that we can turn off this and still have a very good chance of killing it, right? 5 hit points, yeah. It's awesome. And Lae'zel cannot... she can just stand still as to not get burning, I believe. Let's use another fire arrow then. Ooh, that's not a good chance. But does it matter? I don't think it matters that much whether they hit. I think it's the fire explosion that's important. And that one should trigger anyways, right? It did. That was awesome.
Nothing important is ever easy.
So if you go into melee, you're gonna get stuck in melee. And your armor class is only 18, right? Yeah. So that's 55% chance of him being hit. I think if we want to say that we beat this one without taking damage, which of course is what we want to say, I should probably get away from it instead. Just kite it around. Like a maniac! But before we do that, let's throw something in its face, even if it doesn't work. So maybe it ends up that I change to...
good idea, I think.
the what's it called? Without it really making any difference. I think if we go down here first, like this... I forgot my burning torch. That's at least fire down here. I should be able to jump far enough away. Let's just do that. Oh, that was not far enough away. Damn it. Shadowheart took 1 point of damage. No! Does that count? I believe that counts. Damn it. Immune to burning? It's interesting. I wonder why it was immune to burning. That didn't work. Regeneration broken. And he took another point of damage. Poor Shadowheart.
What now?
Just standing there wondering, why is she taking damage? I think he barely touched it there. I could just have placed the jump better then. Lae'zel, you are gonna take some burning damage now. That's okay. You don't mind that much. Actually, let's see if we can do this again. We cannot. How much? Oh, he's taking burning damage anyways, right? Is he taking extra if he moves into the... I don't even know. I want to attack this guy. But I also want to cause burning. I also want Bless first. Let's go and get our Bless. Take a little bit of damage. It should be okay.
Come on, can't stay idle.
A lot of potions we've used for this fight. When you consider that we haven't taken really any damage at this point. Except the self-inflicted stuff. If we dip maybe our weapon, then we won't have this one. And this one is too awesome not to have. See if it works. It did. Not a lot of fire damage there, but some at least. And then 55% chance of working. That was very weak damage for that attack. I don't think we can outrun it anymore. So maybe she should just stay. Stretch, you can go and actually chop it down, perhaps. You can't, but you might be able to. Is his weapon dipped? I think it's not even. And he just used his bonus action. So I've gotten no use out of my dips so far. So what's gonna happen now is that it's gonna turn around and crit me and entirely destroy this whole thing that I had going. With 1 hit point left. That would be so funny.
Survival is all that matters.
Oh, it burned up before it could. That was awesome. And let's immediately enter turn-based mode, please. Please? Ah, damn it. It did take the point of burning first. If we are lucky, though, there's water over there. So let's see Lae'zel. That made her wet. That's great. Ah. Is that not water? How's this not water? Okay. Does that count as water? There we go. And we can exit turn-based mode. In theory, I could have brought in Shovel here for the last hit, but he would have had to go through fire, which I don't think would have been worth it. So no damage on the main guys, 4 points of damage in Shadowheart. That was okay. A lot of kiting, of course, of these guys. We made a lot of the stuff we wanted to work, which was fine. We could also have been slightly more adept at some stuff, but it felt okay. Now is why I should go and check that I'm actually recording, because now I get that creepy feeling that I'm not once again. Let's just pick up all this stuff first. So the tech that I wanted to bring highlight to here is obviously the candles in the vines. And exploding the Mephits onto the big guys. Both for the force damage and, more importantly, I think, for the muddy. Unfortunately, there's like a dual-edged sword with the muddy thing. Because the muddy thing both makes me get advantage, but it removes their vulnerability to fire. And means that they cannot burn here, which is even worse. Must be the tree.
What's that cleft there?
Let's take a look at that right away. And here we have what we actually came for. Kagha, Oladan has sent word of your progress. I'm pleased that the Ride of Thorns has begun. I depart soon from Cloakwood to Baldurs Gate. Should you need further aid from my circle, now is the time to ask. Once cloistered, the Emerald Grove will be the Shadow Druid's domain, and you its first druid. In Faldorn's memory, Archdruid Aelys. So this is evidence against Kagha that we can use. I think you can actually use this to convince her that she's on like the wrong side of history, or whatever you want to call it. But I don't think that's the path we're going to take. We don't really like her, so maybe we're just going to use it to dethrone her and kill her. And then there's the other thing, the real reward here, if you may. The Sparkle Hands. On a hit with an unarmed attack, the wearer gains 2 lightning charges. The interesting part about these is that they don't only trigger on unarmed attacks, they trigger on throwing as well. That might be because I've been using them together with the returning pike, and thus my hands are technically empty when the blow lands. Or maybe it's just scripted differently than what the tooltip here implies. So I'm gonna check that out, and if they work like they used to, we can just use them with Dredge, or we can get the returning pike, and then that's not gonna be a problem anyways. And then there's the other thing, while imbued with lightning charges, attacks against metal constructs and foes wearing metal armor gain advantage. This is a separate way for Lae'zel to get advantage, and probably against some very different foes, because people who are wearing metal armor are not usually the same stuff that her bow works against. We should probably get them back to their old weapons. I think we ended up making like one swing with this axe. It was still worth it, even with the slightly lower armor class there. As long as we could keep him away. Oh, of course we're gonna equip the same shields, just looking differently. He looks very druidically now with the twirly staff and the weird shield. Okay. But let's just loot this the rest of this, so you don't have to watch that another time. And then while we do this, I can say thank you for joining, if you have been. I've been Shanton, and you've most definitely been awesome. And I really do mean that, to be honest. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And once we're all together, we are gonna do the right one and actually say bye-bye.